fellow Toastmasters and our invisible guests. What I'm here to talk to you about today is about becoming me. How did I become me? Well, considering the fact that we just finished Black History, and with this month being Women Month, I thought, what better person? And that person that came to mind was none other than my grandmother. My grandmother. She was not banal, I'll tell you that. There was not an ounce of banality in her. She raised 5 children by herself and a multitude of grandkids. I was one of them. Never complained. Never complained when my mother dropped me off and never came back. Never complained when my dad came to America. I never wrote. Never sent any money. But she loved them still the same. I was born in March, conceived in June. 2 days before Queen Elizabeth left Jamaica, and 45 days before Haile Selassie visited. My grandmother meant the world to me. I don't forget the stewed peas and rice. Rundown. The curry chicken, just to name a few. She washed, cooked, cleaned, never complained. She always made sure that there was food in our belly, and we're always happy. She was one of the funniest people I've ever heard. There was one moment in time that I'll never forget, where my buttocks became friends with her hands. At first I was laughing because I thought it was funny, right? My grandmother, who is always so funny, right? And then it dawned on me when I looked at her face and saw how displeased she was. And I started crying. And it was that moment she looked at me and she said, "Yeah, you did." 1 minute you're laughing and then all of a sudden you're crying. Like, do you not understand what's happening? And I mean, I got it, right? Because I realized how much I let her know. And from that early age, I decided it would never happen again. I did everything to make her proud. All she wanted was for me to do well in school, go to church. So what I did, I was an altar boy for 2 churches. I was in a marching band. I was in the library class. I took dancing. I was a singer at school. I did everything I possibly could, and she supported me. She encouraged me. I don't forget those days that she would send me to drop food off my uncle. I enjoyed doing it because I knew I was going to get some butter and cake, butter and cheese. I was excited, and he was cool. But she showed us how to care. I learned what it meant to be compassionate. I learned what it meant to be humble. I know what it meant to be giving. I came to Canada sometime after, and to my demise, I realized how broken, how lost our young people were. I remember all the things I got from my grandmother, and I thought, what better way to give back? So instead of being one of those regular people who say, "No, that's not my business," I'm trying to make a difference. I reached out to these youths and tried to connect with them through the gifts that I had through dance. And that was my connection. Everything I do in this life is a reflection of what my grandmother did. All the values that she instilled in me. Just before she passed, I was bawling my eyes out, obviously. But she stopped me and she said, "Don't cry. I'm sorry for you." She was more concerned about me, and she was the one that was going. Every time I think of my grandmother, there's a song that comes to mind. And it is, if I can help somebody as I pass along, if I can cheer somebody with a word or song, if I can show somebody that he's traveling wrong, then my living shall not be in vain. Thank you.